Welcome, everyone, to the weekly special. Back again from the old podcast Toxic Topics. I'm always your host, Garrett.
I'm Josh.
Earl.
I'm Jordan.
Same crew with the exception of Earl. Just mixing things up, new equipment, new place to shoot, new everything. Let's hop right into it. I was reading an article today. I think you're going to like this. There's a Russian company that is letting you freeze your brain as a promise of immortality. Here's the question. Would you do that?
No.
You wouldn't do it at all?
No.
Now, mind you, I don't even know this Russian company. It's like some bullshit.
It's
like,
Russia in general.
No,
Yeah.
it's not like some big name. It's not like a Tesla of Russia or something. It's just some company in the middle of nowhere that's like, we'll freeze your brain. Apparently, the company owner said his wife died, and he's like, yeah, I just want to like keep her, and that's what he did.
I feel like once they die, that
Once they're dead,
there's
they're
nothing really else to do with it.
Well, like they
Why
said
not?
in the science behind it, which was pretty much them throwing it into a freezer and letting it sit. Like they
Yeah.
use like the big words like cryogenic freezing
Right.
and all that bullshit.
I do
But
that.
that's not true.
I do that with my steaks so they stay fresher longer.
You know, if you st-
Like,
Yeah,
is that what their,
probably-
is that what
everybody
their
work on the
logic
brain.
behind their brains are? Like,
Yeah, but then again, that only lasts so long, and I don't think they have the technology that could support this immortality here of, when we'll have the actual technology in the future to make that a reality.
I don't know though. If I'm trusting anyone to freeze my brain, I think Putin's the guy.
Putin's the guy to
I mean, I'm probably gonna wake
right?
up a socialist, but I'll.
my logic
No,
behind it is like, it's like freezing a steak. They're gonna freeze a piece of steak.
You
I
say
don't- I-
250 years down the road, they're gonna be like, oh, let's make this piece of steak back into a living cow. Awesome. It just doesn't make sense.
I heard this get brought up the other time. Why is cow called beef but chicken is called chicken?
Yes.
That's a really
Yes.
That's
So, like,
only,
okay.
that's the only explanation.
So cow is called beef, chicken is chicken, a pig is pork,
And fish is fish.
and fish is fish. Why? Why aren't
Seafood.
they all like?
Pig is pig.
Why don't you say you're eating cow?
I don't know.
It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Why did it?
I
have a
don't-
special
I
name?
honestly
Why
don't-
isn't? I
why?
mean, chicken's technically still called poultry, isn't it? Or
Beef
is
is
it
definitely a
fish?
more fun
Yeah.
Fish
word.
and chicken are poultry, right?
Fish
No,
are-
I
Fish
think
is
fish
poultry.
are still fish. Oh, no, fish gets just grouped in with seafood.
I think we sound
Yeah, but then
retarded
you can-
now.
I don't know.
At least
It's
a
more
little.
beef is a more fun word for sure.
Yeah. I
Like,
call 'em
yeah,
cow.
you want to go get out and get some
I mean,
cow?
Get a cow.
A cow
Like,
does-
let's go get some beef.
I mean, Arby's
Yeah.
wouldn't
Cow
even be a
burger.
restaurant without the term beef. I
We
mean,
have the cow.
Let's see, that'd be way better. We
Isn't
have
it
the
meats
cow.
anyways?
What?
Isn't it meats anyways? We have
It
the
is,
meats.
but they say we
I
have
thought-
the. No, who
I
is it who
guess
says
it's
we have the
meats.
beef? That was the old Arby's commercials,
It
right?
might have been.
I don't know. Anywho, what we were gonna go to, the Super Bowl. I want to know everyone's opinion on it. Josh, how did you feel about it? Good Super Bowl,
Just
bad
like-
Super Bowl.
Just like the football portion?
We're gonna skip halftime. We're gonna pretend that
Okay.
didn't happen.
Yeah. I thought it was actually a really good Super Bowl this year. I mean, there was. I thought it was a pretty good game all the way through. It stayed pretty close until the fourth quarter and everything, and that's like all you can really ask for.
Yeah.
Towards the end, but I definitely think it was one of the better ones.
Not a lot of bad calling there on the
Yeah.
ref.
That was good.
either. It was actually a pretty well refed game.
I feel alone in the fact that I thought that Super Bowl was shit. I didn't like it.
Really.
That
Could
was
have been
boring.
better.
It was boring for a
For
while.
a game
but I
that
mean,
was both teams over 20 points, I feel like that sucked. I
Yeah.
really did.
Well, it was
I
a
don't-
fourth quarter, like halfway through
Yeah,
the
it-
fourth quarter game.
Right.
Yeah. Which is like what you want, where it's like the fourth quarter and you don't know who's going to win kind of thing. I mean, those are the best Super Bowls.
Except when the Chiefs win.
Yeah, that makes you sad, Jordan.
Makes you sad. Did you guys see the video that Mahomes and Kelsey are still partying in Vegas right now?
I
Yeah.
saw something
Really?
about like.
Yeah. 7 days later, they're still just tearing
I
it
know
up in
I saw
Vegas.
something
I would be
that was
too.
going to a concert of some sort, and the second Mahomes walked in, everyone forgot that they were at a concert
think it was
because
like Post
Mahomes
Malone,
was there.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
so
something
good.
like that. So
I,
it's just crazy to go to that concert, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go see this concert.
Why?
And then someone walks in, and you're like, concert?
Remember Patrick Mahomes was here.
Exactly.
What was I gonna? It always seems like the tight ends for teams are the ones that are like hardcore. That's why I wanted
Yeah.
to see San Francisco, and I wanted to see Kittle just
Right.
Get a cocaine overdose and
Oh, God.
Just
No,
doing
end up
rails.
jacking it in San Diego.
Yeah, I think Kelsey. I've always liked Travis Kelsey.
Have you ever seen him without the jersey though? He looks like he belongs on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. You ever watch like those mean tweets with Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
He's got the combed over hair and he's got the way too tight suit with the pink tie and
Hey,
everything looks wrong
he
with
can
him.
do what he wants. He's Travis Kelce, man.
Yeah, that's why. It's because he's Travis Kelce.
You got millions of dollars. You think he cares what other people think of him? Probably not.
Yeah, fair enough. You had something you want to bring up?
Yeah, on the topic of NFL news, Michael Irvin is throwing out there that there is some big people talking about a trade between Dallas and the Patriots. Brady for Prescott.
The Cowboys would be the dumbest people on the planet to go for that.
Yeah. That's
Well,
the way.
and that's the reason why I brought it up, because I personally think, you know,
Who?
Dak Prescott, he's not a bad quarterback.
he's not.
Yeah, he's
and
not.
he's doing good for them. Why throw away what could be your franchise QB this early on for a guy who's probably got, at the very most, 3-4 years? And that's if
That's
he
pushing
pushes it. Exactly. If he
I
pushes
mean, honestly, we all thought he was retiring like a year ago. I
I'm,
will say
I'm
I've never,
still waiting any day now in this offseason to hear I'm not coming back. I can't do this anymore.
I've never seen someone get as angry though as Josh did when that Hulu commercial came out during the Super Bowl, where Tom Brady comes out, he's like, "I'm not going anywhere."
He just stands up. He's like, God damn it.
The thing that, like you were saying with Prescott, too, when they were talking about something with the Raiders and him, like, them giving Carr to them for Brady, like, you are trading for a 40-some-year-old quarterback.
He hasn't even been that
for
good these last couple
Derek
years.
Carr, who's maybe 30, right? I don't think he's even in his 30s.
I
I don't know. He's gonna be getting pretty close.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. But, yeah, I saw something about that, and I'm like, you're trading away probably 10 years of a decent quarterback for 1 year of a quarterback who's pretty washed up now. Like,
exactly
he did not
because
play good
Brady
this
has
year.
not been anything spectacular recently. He really hasn't. I mean, yeah, he's got the 6 rings and all that crap.
I thought not this year, but last year he played semi-decent still, and this year was just like not good for him. Like I
He's-
didn't
No, it hasn't
enjoy
been.
He's 28.
Is he? Jeez.
Derek Carr's
I'm
28.
sure. What's
God, he's
what's
younger
Prescott?
than I
What's
thought.
Prescott?
Prescott would be 25,
Five,
24, because he's same as wins.
Yeah.
So
Gosh, yeah, he hasn't been in the league that long.
no, I know the Cowboys
26.
are looking 26. Oh, he's
Yeah.
older than Wentz actually. I think. I know the Cowboys have been talking about wanting to shop out Prescott because they offered him a deal to pay him like $37 million a year, make him the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah.
Prescott said he wanted more. Yeah,
I
for a
don't-
team that hasn't made the
Who
playoffs.
has-
I mean, they didn't make the playoffs this year. They made it last year, but what made it one? They didn't even make it past the first round, I don't think.
Well,
And they didn't even win the division last. Or no, they did win.
They just
but
need
they sucked.
a receiving core is what they need. Like, I mean, who do they have for the receivers right now?
They got Amari Cooper,
Cooper.
who might be gone. Honestly,
Yeah.
they've got
If they
who's that new guy they got who's really good?
I'm trying to I can't think of any of their receivers names right now for some reason.
I tried to not pay attention to the Cowboys
They
as
got
most
Beasley.
of America does. They don't have Beasley. No, remember Buffalo has Beasley.
That's
fine.
right. I forgot about that.
The blonde-haired
That's
animal.
right. Yeah.
We're going to start talking biasness there,
I
buddy.
can't. I don't.
What? I just don't like the Chiefs.
Well, of
I'm not gonna
course.
go into depth. I don't like them. They're divisional rival, just like the Eagles and the Cowboys.
That's how it goes.
That's true. You have to hate them as much as there's got to be at least one team in your division. Like if they went to the Super Bowl, you wouldn't be super mad about, right?
Yeah, the Chargers.
Chargers, they're
That's
the only
it.
one.
That's literally it.
It's been a while
How do you
since they've
hate
done
them
anything.
though? I mean, it's like
They suck so much, you can't.
yeah, it's like if
You
the
feel bad
Browns
for
go to
them.
the Super Bowl.
feel
It's
bad
like a
for
pity thing. You're just like, just give them it.
Yeah, but it's
They
Cleveland.
deserve
I don't
this.
care.
Yeah, but then what if we had the ultimate pity bowl? It was Browns versus the Bengals or something like that.
Oh, yeah, like Dolphins and Browns or
Two teams
something,
that
just-
haven't been there in so long. Who do you pity more for? You
You feel good
just,
for both of them.
Yeah,
You're
you
like,
feel good for both
Yeah,
of them. You
you
grab a
got-
coin,
you
you
got
flip
your
it, and go,
year, buddy.
okay,
You kind of
that's
hope
who
it
I'm
somehow
picking.
ends up in a tie. I mean, you can't tie for the Super Bowl, but for them, maybe they'll make an exception.
Just go home.
They
Both
both get half
teams
a
win.
ring. Like,
Yeah, participation ribbons.
yeah. I didn't think I was going to bring this up, but I will. I was reading some today. It's political, but it's not the part I'm joking about. So, after that whole rip-up State of the Union thing, there was a post that went viral on Facebook where it's like, some during the State of the Union, he's like saying something to like some Tuskegee Airmen or something. It was some
Yeah,
like congratulations,
yeah.
yada yada, and they cut right after that to her ripping it. Now in the timeline, that's not how it happened.
Yeah.
So they went to, the Democrats went to Facebook and asked them, "Can you remove this? Like because it's offensive or it's
Right.
not how it happened, yada yada." And Facebook literally said, "Fuck you. This all happened. It may not be in the right order, but it happened." Like,
I don't know why like people have to take it out of context like that. Like her ripping that up is still like very.
it's just
Just
it's
like,
out of place.
no-
But the
yeah.
point I'm getting to, so I can get away from that, is when does your company become rich enough that you can just say "fuck you" to everyone? Like Facebook
Oh, dude,
has. When's Facebook gonna leave? Really?
Zuckerberg has
Like,
been that way
it's not.
forever. Like
Well, how long was the reign of MySpace?
Not that long.
it
though.
actually.
Not
yeah,
as
well,
long
and
as
that's
Facebook.
it.
Yeah.
MySpace kind of took off, and it, like one thing I liked about MySpace was its amount of customization to your actual profile, instead of a cookie cutter profile for everyone. Where the white, you have your white background, you have some blue borders, and you got ads here
Yeah.
and there. Everyone's got that, but at least when it came down to that individuality of MySpace, you could throw up there if you wanted your background to be your favorite football team or your favorite car
Yeah.
and stuff. That I like that, but sadly,
Yeah. You know, when
Zuckerberg just went.
when you really look at it, what was the difference between Facebook and MySpace besides how they looked when they both came out?
It really like.
Like, you gotta think it's just like a backing thing. I mean, Facebook had like all these big people behind them, and
Yeah.
they just like
No.
shot up like it was nothing.
Facebook's a fraud.
Facebook's a
That's,
fraud.
that's the way the thing with like
We don't condone what he talks about.
that's the way with Facebook too. They had that whole thing about false advertising and whatever that went on with them.
Yeah.
That Zuckerberg like.
I've never laughed as hard as like the bad lip reading YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I think their best videos when they make fun of the Facebook trial with Mark Zuckerberg,
Yeah.
because that's when all those
I
Zuckerberg
didn't see
bot
that.
memes started. It's it's so old now, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's one of the greatest videos ever. Listening to him explain the internet to like a bunch of politicians.
Yeah.
Because
I-
they have no clue what the hell it is.
I never understood the point of that whole trial.
It's like teaching your 60-year-old grandma how to use a smartphone,
Yeah.
and she doesn't get it. Like she can't see it, and
Yeah.
it's just
I
a
mean-
nightmare.
The point, like I said, I don't really understand the point of why that trial was such a big deal and everything. Like,
It wasn't.
it
Well,
really
the
wasn't.
Whole,
Like,
the whole point for it
wasn't.
was like people were afraid their information was
Right,
getting
it was-
leaked out and
yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, your credit card isn't on Facebook. Your social security card isn't on Facebook. What, people are gonna learn like what
Yeah,
your favorite type of
it's- yeah.
dessert is? Ooh, that sucks.
Our world is way like everything's out there now. You can't hide.
Yeah, like if a stock app or something gets hacked that has
Yeah.
your card
Yeah.
and your money on it, then you can start freaking out. But
Yeah.
when Facebook gets hacked or like it gets exposed, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean,
some people have that information.
what's the
out
worst
there,
thing
but
someone's
not
gonna
like-
find about you? I mean, your search history.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
you don't wanna
scared.
see
I'm,
mine.
I'm pretty worried.
like I've been on Google Incognito my entire life, but the roots are there.
Yeah.
And-
Somebody's gonna dig into it. They'll find
I'm-
something.
You dig hard enough, you'll find them.
Do you think the FBI just like that's what they watch all day?
Probably. They're like,
It's just
this
like-
dude. This dude looks at some really messed up stuff.
I think
Maybe we
they've
should
got
start watching
their-
him a little bit.
Yeah.
they got those flags up there
Yeah.
where if one of them hits and dings in their system. I wonder how many flags and what's their worst flag there.
Yeah.
Is it something of the sexual kind, something of the actual
I
flag
would
kind?
love to
What's
see
the
like
worst?
NSA statistics of people. Like people who watch this on Pornhub commit these many murders compared to these people. like what's the difference? Someone else I found earlier. It's about the coronavirus.
Oh, why
So-
not drink one of those earlier? This is
Yikes.
good.
We're all unbiased. We're all kind of biased here on the next generation of gaming consoles. We're all Xbox players. I mean,
Are we going to go to that, or are we going to talk about the coronavirus?
we were.
'Cause-
No, they're tied to each other. So both
Oh,
consoles,
yeah, I know.
both consoles are supposed to come out this December, or this holiday, probably November during gaming month. They're saying because of the coronavirus, all gaming consoles might get delayed.
I heard something about
Yeah.
that.
Really?
A lot of
Because
stuff like manufacturing.
Xbox, PlayStation, it's like 98% of all consoles are made in like Shanghai and China.
Yeah.
And since
Sure.
it's hitting them that hard, so many like factories have had to just like shut down and
Yeah.
close.
Well, like there was a video of the like city that it hit really hard, and like it's like a ghost town right now. There's
The thing I don't get is the symptoms don't look that bad.
that's what you look at the symptoms. It's like the symptoms
looks
of
like
a
you have
common cold.
It looks like you have like pneumonia or
yeah,
something.
and that's what's scary too. Like
Yeah.
then you have the cold, and the next
Yeah.
minute you're gone.
Yeah, like how do you tell nowadays?
Yeah.
The worst part is that I don't get is how it came to the U.S. so fast. Because normally when an
It's
outbreak
just
like
traveling.
but normally when an outbreak like that starts, you're supposed to just cut all travel, all
Yeah.
transit.
Which they
is
did.
Well,
done.
they really got on it quick.
How
but
the hell did they get
still.
over here then?
Well,
You
then-
kinda
Well,
wonder,
they were
like-
saying something about even a cruise ship that had it, and there were like 30-some people on it, and there's like however many other people on the cruise. Like, I would hate to be stuck on a cruise.
Yeah.
When something
During
like
that,
that's breaking
yeah.
out.
That's
There's
some
no
like
way to
Dead
get away-
Island
there's
type
no
stuff
way to get
where
away
it's
from
like
it.
you
Well-
got nowhere to run.
Just jump off the ship, start swimming towards shore.
And you can look at it like this too, you know, some sicknesses, you know, food poisoning, the flu, some of that stuff takes time to incubate. It could vary. Does
Oh, yeah.
maybe a person's demographic or their health history determine the amount of time of incubation? Could it be that, you know, someone had them, didn't know it, then,
Yeah.
you know, right before the ban, they were already heading out of the country.
Yeah.
And there's always those possibilities. That's the biggest problem with when it comes to outbreaks is there's no way you're going to contain it.
Right.
It's going to Resident Evil everything.
Yeah.
It spreads too quickly. There's always ways around things.
Yeah,
Here's kind of a wild card opinion too. I think their government did it on purpose
I don't know.
Well, you
to
hear-
stop the
there-
You know,
protests.
honestly, when
I've
you
stop
think
the
about
protests.
that,
I've
if
seen
China
the
did
news
that,
about
that
it.
would make
there,
sense.
there was a story about a doctor who like warned people about it, and then like he just died,
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody.
What did he
took
die
away
from?
the coronavirus. What did he warn people about?
Well, and I've seen.
Can
That
you
would be
say
What I
another-
tell ya.
AIDS, 1975 kind of thing? Like,
No, I don't know. It's getting bad over
well,
there
because
too.
when's
like,
the last time you
way-
heard about the Hong Kong outbreak or the Hong Kong protests? You haven't.
Yeah.
You haven't
you really
exactly
haven't.
because of the
That
virus.
is that is kind of scary to think about it.
Yeah.
So like
Well, because that was the big thing when AIDS came out, is people thought it was like it
A hoax
was
for-
a thing to come out to
Government,
kill the
yeah.
like to kill out the gay population and things like that. I love Dave Chappelle's thing on it. He's like, "Why does the AIDS only target gay people, blacks, and fags? Like if that ain't made by the government, who's it made by?"
no, I don't know. I could definitely see that being something, but it's scary how like those viruses just are like getting stronger and stronger,
Yeah.
and we just don't have ways. They've found ways to fight them.
Because you feel like in 2020 nowadays, like
We
mass
have-
outbreaks won't be a problem,
Yeah.
but they just
they're gonna
pop up out of nowhere.
Yep.
Well, you have an always evolving strain of diseases
Everything,
out
yeah,
there.
everything in the world.
Just look at this last year. I got the flu shot, or I still end up getting influenza B, the uncommon
That's
strain.
weird to
Because
get
it
to.
just it mutates every year.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, we finally isolated last year's mutation, but then here's a new one.
Yeah,
That's
it just
why.
keeps- it comes back stronger.
Yeah.
Well, and then that plus, you know, any and every single disinfectant or anything only kills 99.99%.
You know, I was thinking about that with you getting influenza B. So influenza A can infect all mammals. Influenza B can only get to humans and dolphins. What are you trying to tell us?
He's been
In
messing around with
SeaWorld,
some dolphins.
I mean, you had to get beef from somewhere.
They caught me. The jig is up.
Another thing I
Hide
read.
my tail.
Change the topic. There was this Japanese billionaire. I don't know if you guys have seen this. He went on a game show with his girlfriend, and when they described the game show to him, they said, "The prizes are the moon." He took it literally, as in, if you win, we're gonna like fly you to the moon.
God.
He like went on this whole smear campaign of this game show
Oh, boy.
and freaked out because of it, and now he's like trying to partner with
Why-
Tesla X, or not, or with SpaceX
Yeah.
from Tesla, and trying to get them to fly him and his wife to the moon to live there.
Yeah, that's
Why-
not gonna go well.
Why would,
I
he
know.
take, why would he take that literally?
Have you ever seen a Japanese game show?
Yeah, they're pretty, pretty
You
messed
see
up.
the kind of stuff they do.
Those things are
They
crazy.
pretty-
Where do you think American Ninja Warrior came from?
Dude,
They started
yeah.
over there, and us Americans are like, "That's cool."
Okay.
This looks kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happened to all those original shows like that? When I was a kid, I used to watch all those MTV shows.
Dude,
Remember, like,
there used to be-
Next? I know you
Oh,
do.
yeah.
You ever remember that?
I don't think I ever watched that.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
watch
was,
MTV.
it was like,
Yeah, that's the way
it
I
was
am.
this,
It was a-
MTV came out.
Dating bust.
Yeah, this was like right before real music on MTV and Jersey Shore reality TV on MTV. When it was like, they just came out like Pit My Ride and bullshit like
Yeah.
that.
Cribs. And,
Yeah, Cribs.
I love
Like,
Oh yeah, you had that stuff on there every week.
yeah. But Next was stood out to me because that's where it's like they get like 4 girls or 4 guys and they're going to date some dude. It's like The Bachelor for losers,
Yeah.
like people with unemployment.
Yeah.
And they come out of the bus and they always do like, yo, Flavor Flav, like kind of like trying to show off as they're like the coolest dude on the planet. It's like 90% of the douchebags you found on Tinder, but in real life.
Pretty
It
much.
never went well.
Yeah.
Every time they do like an after thing, or you could just look it up and be like, yeah, it didn't work out. Like, they found out they hated each other.
I've always hated shows like that. Like they're just so.
Well, the funny thing behind it
They're
though is it had this whole thing behind it. That the person that was waiting for the contestants, whether it be man or woman, they had of course the time at any point of saying next to go on to the next option.
Really?
However, if they got to the very end, they liked the thing, they could offer a second date to that person who got there. That person could then accept it, or for however many minutes they were on that date, that's how much money they get.
Yeah.
So if they
Really?
spent a date that was 50 minutes long, they had a chance of $50,
Yeah.
or they could go on a second date.
There's one you
However
had
long
to have
it
heard
was.
of though.
That's
Did you hear of
kinda-
Silent Library?
Oh, that was funny.
Oh man, I can't remember.
You never
I
You
kinda-
guys just did that not hit Iowa or
I
something?
wasn't
we were-
born
we
5
were-
years earlier
Yeah, we
to be
were.
watching MTV.
Well, no, I still it was still on when we were young, but I
Yeah.
guess I
Yeah,
guess
but you have older brothers. I'm
I
the oldest
guess.
in my family.
see
Well,
I took to the
true.
T.
I was watching Disney Channel.
Yeah, see, I
12
stopped
years
watching
old,
like
I mean.
Disney and Nickelodeon when I was like 8 years old, if younger.
Yeah.
Because it's just like my family are a bunch of shit pigs.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that stuff.
Yeah.
Now nowadays, which is
Alright.
weird, 15 years later, SpongeBob is like the dirtiest show on TV. You just gotta find it.
Yeah. When you're a little kid, you don't look for that stuff, but
Don't-
you're sitting there now and you're like, God, these people are
They
sick.
hide it everywhere. Like
The
it's
innocent mind of a
genius.
child.
But do you not remember Silent Library?
I don't know whether I ever watched it or not. I remember hearing about
The
it.
show was genius.
Well,
it was like
It was hilarious.
If you say like the plot behind it,
it was
I
like
might remember.
they take a team of normally it's random people, but every time they do like Jimmy Fallon and the Roots or something,
Yeah.
or like just a bunch of random people.
I think they even
And-
did the Jersey Shore people.
Yeah, they even did Jersey Shore, and they give them. They're in a library, and they give them like really stupid things. Like one of them is like they bring in a fat guy covered in mayo, neckline to like bottom of the stomach, and it's like you have to lick all the mayo off. But the catcher is if you make too much noise, you get disqualified because you're in a library.
Yeah.
But you make money for everything you complete. And as they go on, they just get worse and more disgusting. And
And you
I
can't
think
even
I-
laugh too because they got a meter on the side
No,
that
they have a
shows you the
decibel bar.
noise. So if
Really?
you start laughing too much, that meter starts maxing out. You fail.
Yeah.
yeah.
So you gotta perform all these funny stunts without laughing too, and you just see the people cracking up and dying trying not to laugh.
Yeah. I don't think I have seen that actually.
It was
It
funny
sounds
some
like
of the
it's a
stuff they
good show,
did.
but, like,
It was
I
fun, but it was like you always get that feeling it might have been staged kind of thing.
yeah. I always
Just
hate
because it was like
I hate that about all reality TV is I feel like everything's
all
staged.
Oh, yeah.
Like
There is a
Reality
plan
TV
for
has
it.
to be.
just for money.
like we were watching. Me and Ashley were watching Hell's Kitchen the other day.
Yeah.
Because that's always a good.
It is.
How
I
can you
don't
not like Gordon
Yeah.
Ramsay? I mean, the guy.
just yell at
Well, the
people.
guy cooks so well, and the
Plus, it
reason
has to
he
do with food, so,
the reason
you
he
know,
yells
not
at
me.
people is because it's trying to recreate the simulation of being in like a stressful kitchen in like
Yeah.
New York or
Yeah.
LA, where you have to be perfect every day. You have to be perfect.
Yeah.
But when you watch that stuff, you're like, that just can't be real.
Yeah.
Like, it's too fishy. I mean,
just every show like that.
You're an
I'm trying to
idiot
think of other
Hmm?
ones.
So you're an idiot sandwich.
you're an idiot. You're an idiot, Sam.
What are you? I'm an idiot sandwich.
Well, it's like we were watching one of the episodes the other day, and it's like some guy has like a diabetic, like not stroke, but like a episode in the
Yeah.
middle of it. Like, it just seems. Why even bring him on?
I don't.
It just seems it's staged. I mean, it's like, and I like to tell myself that like it's not because it when you feel like it's not staged, you enjoy it 100%.
Shows a lot better. Yeah.
because you know it's like people actually pissed off at each other.
Yep.
I was watching one of those time lapses not too long ago where it, I love them. They're the graphs where it shows like 1986 to like now, and it shows how things changed over time. The one I was watching was for TV shows.
Yeah, I've seen those things.
Over the last 45 years, can you guess what the most popular TV show is in viewership? I believe Earl knows. I think I told him.
Of like overall.
In terms of viewership on a weekly basis in the last 40 years, what's the most popular show?
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think
feel
I know
feel
a
like
few
it's
of
a soap
those
opera, but I
out
don't.
there.
No,
Is it
it's
not?
not even. The only soap opera that got even close to topping the boards at its given time was Desperate Housewives.
Really?
Gross.
And that's
Like,
close to a soap
Gross.
opera.
What is it?
God.
NCIS, one of the ones. up there?
NCIS got up there, but the one that had the most viewership for the longest time was The Cosby Show.
Oh,
Really?
God.
It was literally like, yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
like,
of course not.
it was like average weekly view of like 65 million people.
Jeez.
And mind you, that was in 1987.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
insane.
That is.
Mr.
I mean,
Rogers
I-
had nothing on
I mean,
the
I
Cosby.
don't know,
to
I
be fair
feel
though,
like-
a lot of people don't watch TV the same way these days.
No, they
Yeah,
don't,
I
because-
feel.
Well, you can watch anything and everything on your phone.
Well, the interesting
Exactly,
thing,
that's-
the only one that got even close to it at like 60 million was Game of Thrones.
Really?
Yeah, it was
I
the
could
only one
see-
that got even
God,
close.
Cosby Show would be more than that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I feel like back then, shows like The Cosby Show and like Family Matters and all those shows probably were watched a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause
Bill Cosby's still in jail now, isn't he?
I hope
pretty
so.
sure he is.
I hope so.
Look it up. Find out if he's still in jail.
I don't really want that in my search history.
You gotta
Oh,
wonder.
I wanna go
like
find
that's
him.
the worst thing in your search history?
Yeah, on my school laptop, it definitely will be.
You gotta wonder, when do the good deeds outweigh like the shit stuff?
I feel
He entertained 65 million people, but he raped 37
that's the
women.
same way.
When do they balance out?
That's the same way with like Kobe and stuff. When
How
he
many
died.
views is a rape worth?
I mean, he made a lot of people a lot of money, so I think it canceled it out.
Yeah, he's still in jail.
No, just like
Is he?
Yeah.
Do they know when?
probably for the rest of his life.
I don't
He's
not
know.
gonna
got
die
to be like
soon.
65,
Yeah.
right? Something like
I'm
that.
sure it's on Wikipedia.
No, it's like the thing with Kobe. There were people like saying all the like awful stuff he did after he died and everything, and it always seems like there's gonna be people that bring that stuff up, no
Yeah.
matter
That's,
what.
that's how it is.
See-
It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
You could be the greatest person in the world who's done the most good for the world.
People are
One
going
bad deed. That's
Yeah.
all
And
it
you're
takes,
done,
And they
yeah.
will focus on that.
Yeah.
You have to be the total saint who's never done anything bad.
Yeah,
which
but
is
you can't do
impossible.
that. You just
Yeah.
can't. See, I'm happy. Kobe's gotten a lot of positive support, and the guy deserves it.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
he
yeah.
I
does.
mean,
I'm not a basketball fan.
yeah, but
you know,
the guy deserves it. I mean, he's
Exactly.
a legend, and he did a lot for like WNBA and his community and the LA area and things like that. The big thing people won't shut up about, and maybe I'm shallow, but it bothers me, is like we need to give more media attention to the other 7 people besides him and his daughter. I understand that, but out of that helicopter, which one of you guys scored 37,000 points? Sorry.
it's not even like his,
still show them the respect, but you gotta
and
understand.
they have. Like,
Well, and that's it. There are people showing them the respect, and
All
those
right.
who are saying, "Well, we're not showing respect to the other people."
yeah.
You gotta understand, though. He was. That's like if you heard today the some major person, one actor, just for the sake of the conversation, say George Clooney and 12 random people died. You're gonna hear about Clooney because everyone knows that. Does
Exactly.
everyone know the 12 random people? No.
yeah.
Should we still
No.
feel the same sorrow for those people? Of course.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
A human
But it's
life
like,
is a human life.
when the first reports came out of the crash, they showed everyone's picture. They knew it was Kobe because it was Kobe.
Kobe, yeah.
So it's hard to figure out who he's on the plane with because the other people on the plane didn't play 20 years with the Lakers.
Yeah. It's
So here's
it's not
his sentence is 3 to 10 years in prison from September 2018. So if he gets the lowest he'll be out September of
I'm
next
sure
year.
he will.
That's not
but
bad.
I
How,
don't-
how old is he now, you know?
I don't know.
He's gotta be like 65,
he's gotta
maybe
be
older.
old.
He aged well, though, I
He
think.
did. He looked good
What,
until
like
like
68?
when I saw stuff of him like for his court case.
He's 82.
He looked,
Is he 80?
Jesus.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. He gets 10 years, dude. He's fucking toast.
Yeah.
He's
toast.
Toast.
No one survives like 10 years in prison
Yeah.
when you're that old. You just
I don't
don't.
even. What do they do
I
with
know,
people that old
but-
in prison?
But
Do they have,
remember,
like, a
at least he
special
gets
room?
3 square
Well,
meals a day no matter what.
I know a lot of
Well,
times.
well,
if
being
you're-
how like famous he is too, they probably got him in as like his own little area.
Oh, 100%.
Like protective.
What's those
Yeah.
places in like was it Switzerland or Greenland or something like
Switzerland.
that? Where you have your own room. You
It's
have
got a TV
decent
in
bed,
it,
a TV.
like-
You have like a bookshelf. For
That's
your own
honestly-
books.
I'm going to Sweden and
I
commit
was like-
crimes.
I thought
Yeah.
about that.
What's the point of living here where I gotta pay
Well,
taxes? I'll just go over
Here's
there
the
and get in
interesting
trouble.
thing though about Switzerland. I believe it's. I think it's one of the S's,
See,
Switzerland
I
or
thought it
Sweden.
was something like that.
But
I'd be Sweden.
they say their rehabilitation rates for like people, the percentage of people who leave a criminal system, prison, jail, whatever, yada yada, their percentage of people who recommit crimes is like the lowest in the world. Because for some reason, when they're in there, it's less about the confinement and about the actual like rehabilitation
Getting
part of
better,
it. Yeah.
They
Which
don't
is
show
what
you.
it should be.
Yeah.
I mean,
They don't show you what goes on behind the doors.
well,
no, they don't.
You
It's 8 solid square meals a day of cock meat sandwich, and you never want to come back.
occasional bat to a knee, but you know, hey,
don't even start what happens at nighttime. Oh man.
but then again, you gotta also remember they don't have nearly as much people incarcerated as say here in the United States,
Oh no way.
where we overfill every single prison system we have.
But you gotta look at the population difference.
Yeah, 100%. I brought this up to Jordan the other day. I want to know if you'll get it right. Out of all the cities in America, what do you think is the most crime-ridden city in terms of like criminals per capita?
I think I've seen this before.
He got it on the nose instantly.
I was feeling like it was St. Louis, but
St. Louis,
is it
yeah.
St. Louis?
I don't know how
remember-
people get.
I
Why?
remember
How is
seeing
St.
that
Louis
somewhere.
that bad?
It's St. Louis.
I mean, I've only been there like
I-
a handful of times.
It's terrifying to think that's only like 6 hours away. Too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's East St. Louis in particular, but like you would think like Chicago, New York,
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what
LA,
Detroit
Yeah.
and like all
like
the places.
Detroit, yeah. and they're up there, but like St. Louis like
yeah.
destroys
And
them.
I don't know why. I remember seeing like this study thing on that or something, and you would expect like Chicago or like I guess I don't know how
Let's
big
see.
of a city St. Louis is compared to like
It's
Chicago
not
or
as
Detroit.
big.
It really doesn't. I don't think it is as big as.
Maybe it's because there's not much. to do
Chicago's
in
got to be
good
bigger
old
than St. Louis.
Chicago's
Right?
bigger than St.
Yeah,
Louis.
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you would
I don't
think
know about Detroit.
I mean, yeah, Detroit. I mean, ever since they went bankrupt, you don't really know.
Yeah, you just.
That is insane that didn't get as much media attention as it
Yeah.
did.
What's
I mean,
that?
Detroit went bankrupt. The
huge
mayor
city.
literally declared bankruptcy on the city.
So here's a little
How
size
the
comparison.
hell do you do that as a city?
A little size comparison. Chicago is the 3rd largest in the U.S. and is almost 10 times bigger than St. Louis.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's
Why?
terrifying.
And the
St.
fact that
Louis
St.
is
Louis
that small?
destroys them with crime.
that is terrifying.
Man.
Well,
Yeah,
I
St.
mean,
Louis isn't huge.
It's just per capita too, so that.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
if
and that's the
Chicago-
scary part of it.
Yeah.
It's like to have
How much
10
crime?
times less people
Yeah.
and then
Still
have
have
higher
more
more
crime.
capita.
percentage. I mean,
Yeah.
that's. We were looking it up, the most dangerous cities in the world. Out of the top 10 in the world, Mexico has like 6 of them.
I can see.
Tijuana's number
Yeah,
one.
I was gonna
Well,
say.
we should
Tijuana's
just look
kinda-
at most
yeah.
of the movies you've ever seen in history where
Yeah.
it's places in Mexico. It's because of all the cartels that run
Yeah.
through there, and that's
Well,
such
and that's-
things. It's really unsafe. It's not like they don't have some type of law system. It's just doesn't compare to.
It's like
No,
the
it's
Denzel
the
Washington
cartel.
movie.
There's a much
movie.
different one we saw though, which was Alabama. It's like Brenning, or we said it. I think it's Benning or something like that. Alabama.
Yeah.
Something goofy.
They lead in violent crimes. You have a 1 in 34 chance to be the victim of a violent crime.
See,
That's scary.
Go
It's really scary.
go to your school social, and one of you guys is gonna commit some kind of violent
Yeah.
crime.
Yeah.
At least one, depending on how
Probably
many people
two.
there are.
You know, there's those states you don't think bad shit's gonna happen. Like it's like when we looked it up. Like Alaska's apparently like really bad
I
with
could,
crime.
I could definitely see Alaska because you're out in the middle. What's somebody gonna do out there?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
well,
the big thing is,
just
if
throw
one
you in the-
person goes on
throw
a
you in the
killing
ocean.
spree,
Yeah.
Alaska jumps from like 30 to 2
Yeah.
because there's so much living there.
Yeah.
There really isn't, and that I don't. I feel like you could get away with.
Plus,
a
look
lot
at all
in
the
Alaska.
places you could bury people. You got a whole bunch of
Yeah.
snow. Just, it's not going to
the whole
smell.
reason
Not
that's
to
Hey,
mention the grizzly
well,
bears in the
wait.
back. Clean, he'll pick you clean.
The whole reason this
Polar
got brought
bears.
up was because a couple years ago, Hawaii was the technically most dangerous state in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know if everyone just an invasion of howlies came and they
No.
just got pissed. But it was like staggering high. Like Hawaii wanted everyone dead.
See, that's the way, like
Which
you were
is
saying
weird.
with
Yeah.
Mexico and stuff, having like the highest, like if you travel to a place like that, Mexico, there's all those like resorts and places. If you stay there, you're gonna be fine. But if you take one wrong
Yeah.
turn, you're in
Yes.
Well,
cartel land.
that's why when I
Yeah.
saw this Tijuana, I was like, how many movies and stuff have you seen where people are like, we're going to Tijuana? And like it's
We're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
Better be packing some heat.
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
down there.
Literally.
You don't see Grandma rolling up in her Oldsmobile with a rocket launcher. No.
Yeah. No, that's just scary to think about.
100%. Because when you, like, so many of the vacation spots were on that list of dangerous places.
Really.
It's like the obvious ones like Bahamas or
Yeah.
the Caribbean and crap like that. That wasn't on the list, but it's like Tijuana's a big one for
Yeah.
anyone in the southern states
Yep.
who want to get out when they're 18 and start drinking or vape nowadays, I guess.
Well,
if you're 18.
well, yeah, look at it this way, too. Those big party spots, what happens there mostly? You know, stuff like spring break and stuff, those big parties, people get really wasted. It's easy for somebody to go missing, and people go, I don't remember a thing. I can't even remember, you know, what happened last night between the hours of 4 p.m. and 3 this morning.
Exactly.
Yeah, people get so drunk and stuff or drugged up, depending on where you're at. It's easy to abduct people and pull off those kind of violent crimes.
Oh,
Maybe we
100%.
should like change the subject here. Talk about how easy it is to like abduct them. Just took a turn here.
It did.
I know, like, I know what you
we
mean,
veered
but-
off pretty quickly there. We were on NFL, and next thing you know, boom, Tijuana people getting their heads chopped
quick
off.
change.
Tijuana people getting their ass chopped off.
Not good.
So, as we're shooting this right now, the Oscars are going on.
Are they really?
Yeah, they are. I hate the Oscars with a righteous passion.
Oh.
But I was like kind of differential this year. Like the most nominated film I think was like 1917. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
But
That movie just kind of came out of nowhere.
Wasn't
Oh,
there?
yes,
there,
the war one, right?
Yeah,
oh,
the
yes,
World
yes,
War One
yes.
movie.
there wasn't much like publicity about it. I don't think either. Like I have not seen it being in many theaters or like.
No, like I
advertised
missed
on
it
TV
because
and
we
everything.
saw
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker,
Yeah.
which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Did you
way
come
to
with
I
me?
cap
with
did.
this?
No, I didn't see.
Haven't
No,
you seen it?
he
Yeah.
was
I've seen
supposed to.
I've heard.
Oh,
I've
that's
heard.
right.
I've heard a lot of good things about it though.
It is so nostalgia packed. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
For those of you Star Wars fans, if you have not seen it, it is a must see. It is
100%.
It is a great way that they actually end the series.
Because when they announced the whole Force Awakens, Disney and all that, I wanted to just roundhouse kick them.
Well, and a
'Cause
lot
it
of
was
people
just like,
didn't
let it
like them.
stop. Like,
Well, and that's it. You had your original 3, which for anyone who doesn't know is 4, 5, and 6.
yeah, and then you did your
And
prequels,
then you did
1,
your
2, and 3, and
prequels,
then
which when you do prequels is always a touchy subject because you gotta get
it's never
certain.
done right.
Well,
it
and that's
really
it.
isn't.
You have to get certain things done correctly. Because if they don't match up later on, you know there's a dedicated fan, especially with Star Wars,
Oh,
or
yeah.
you look at Star Trek.
You got so many
Lord of the
weebs out
Rings.
there who just
Yeah.
like
You
Star
have-
Wars are like
Yeah. You
all
have,
over the place.
All over.
I'll be your Chewbacca. Anyways.
God.
But anywho,
Yeah.
1917 is number 1. I guarantee you haven't seen it, but The Irishman is number 2 on Netflix.
I can
believe
see it.
that.
I-
Seriously, 100%. It's Robert De Niro. It's I'll look
James
it up.
Franco.
It's got
It's
Joe
The
Pesci,
Irishman.
right?
Joe Pesci. It's like the original
Really?
Mob Crew. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think it has Al Pacino in it.
I actually believe it
Does
does.
Al Pacino?
I'm
I'm trying to
not
think of the guy who
100%, but I believe
plays.
so.
The whole movie is about Within Reason. What's his name? The buried, no one ever found of guy. You know the one mobster.
Hoffa.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Hoffa.
about because when we talk about Jimmy
Yeah, that's not
Hoffa,
a
we're
good
just
movie.
like, oh, he's just some guy who was never found.
Right.
When you
He-
like read the story of him, this guy was like the president. like,
Yeah.
like he was unbelievable. This guy owned
Dude,
America.
I wish
He was
like
well connected.
Yeah.
as bad as it sounds, I kind of wish we lived in like a time where mobs were still like.
It would be
big thing.
interesting,
It would
Would
but
be
at the same
so
time, I don't
fucking
want to go
fun.
into a diner and then have some teddy bear
Exactly.
bomb blow my
Yeah.
egg sandwich to shit
I
just in the
I don't,
middle.
I don't know.
And then being an owner of any type of store when that would be tough during that time.
Yeah.
Because now,
But
yeah,
yeah, you live in like Chicago and
well-
New York, and you have to like pay protection money
Well,
just
but
to
then again-
live.
Yeah.
then again, you know, back then that might have been a little bit nicer than nowadays. Because, you know, nowadays everyone just pays taxes.
Yeah.
And there's still no guarantee that someone's going to come by and shoot your store up. People would still do it and
Yeah.
nothing's going to happen. At least back then you paid taxes, protection fees
Yeah.
to a mob, the mob of the
Oh, yeah.
area, and you're good. No one's going to mess with you. If they mess with you, the whole
The
mob
mob's
comes
gonna-
down on
yeah.
them. And
I'm the
it's all
machine.
taken care of.
The machine.
See,
The
you know,
machine.
you know the thing I like about mob days though,
Machine.
compared to today, was like respect.
Mm.
Like
Oh,
in
yes.
today's like gangster times, the Kings, the Crips, the Bloods.
Yeah. That's not hardly there anymore.
I'm not gonna say the other one.
Dude, it's. I don't.
Don't
but-
even go there. There's-
there was like a respect back then. It's like
Yeah.
if you did a good deed, you got a good deed back. Like yeah, if you like appease the Pesci family, you got like they protected you kind of
Right.
thing.
You were in their
Nowadays
good
it's like
graces.
yeah, I just earned this guy 10K and now he's just popping me in the back in front
Yep.
of Quickie Mart.
No, it's-
Like
He popped me because I have an extra
I don't know,
5K in my bank.
It's crazy to see like how far stuff has come since back then with like
It felt like
surveillance
the-
and like crime and everything. Like there's still like gangs and stuff around, but it's a lot more I feel between gangs than
But-
it is between like gangs and other people.
I don't see. My biggest problem is I don't see them as gangsters. Anytime you say gangster, I think of that old mafia style look. That's
Yeah,
how it is.
yeah.
They were the original gangsters, the OGs, as everyone likes to shorten. That's what I think of when I think of gangster. When you say it nowadays, I would think
It
of
doesn't
more
sound
thug.
right. Yeah.
I
it
would
just-
think thug or just something like that because that's all they really are.
Yeah.
Back then there was that like he said, that respect. There was things that happened for certain reasons. You didn't just go and shoot up a corner because you wanted to get initiated.
Oh yeah.
It was, hey, if you're gonna get initiated, hey, here's this this bad guy who's been doing all this to this community. You go and take him out. All right, sure.
Yeah.
It
There
did.
was
It
like
still
a-
did a good. It served a
Yeah.
purpose.
There was
Yeah.
like a like almost a criminal but community element to it, where it was like, yeah, you're doing something crappy, like you're offing some dude, but at the same time, it's like there's a
There's a
reason,
reason
for it.
Yeah.
Like it was he lost the family out of an assload of money or something. There was like reasons for why everyone
Yeah.
happened. Nowadays, it's like emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
It's
really
like, yeah,
is.
this guy pissed me off or something. Oh, he slept with my girl. Now I'm gonna like.
Kill him.
I'm gonna go take
Just go
out
kick his ass.
him and
Like,
his
Yeah,
Go
family.
kill him.
Yeah. On that subject, you're at 6'9's getting out this year.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Dude,
A 43-year sentence reduced to 24 months, all
If you-
because of.
If you have that money and you're in prison, man.
Well, he even said he tried to, I think last month, he wanted to be put in home arrest or house arrest,
Yeah.
where it's like you can't leave your home, like
No
strict
one's
house
coming
arrest,
around.
where it's like literal police officers and guards at your house. You're there, nothing else, because he was so afraid for his life.
Yeah,
I'm giving him like 12 months the most on the
dude,
street.
If he gets out, like,
He pissed
Just-
a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Well,
and being-
and that's it. I would say maybe up to, and at this stretching it a very, very thin. At the
Yeah.
very most, a year and a half, because, even if he somehow got protection,
Yeah.
unless he was paying them extraordinary amounts of money in order to help hold that protection, he's either going to run out of money first, or if they're doing up there, for the whole
Yeah.
threat level type thing, that's only gonna last so long before they can finally say nothing's happening, buddy,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and
Yeah.
walk away, and then that's when it's gonna.
I mean, the
happen.
43 years seemed a little extreme. It was racketeering and I think unlawful gun possession. But it's like, that's a little high for
Wasn't
it.
he like a felon before that, though?
I
feel like he
believe
was.
so.
If he was, then that would definitely make
Nothing.
a lot.
What are
Got
you
some for me?
What are you doing?
Since we're talking about 6'9", I just gotta put this up there.
You gotta put up the rack.
Stop.
Okay.
Sorry it took so long. I'm a little
Okay.
slow.
Now,
You're so stupid.
here's the question, Jordan.
Yes.
You're facing 43 years and you know you can get out by snitching on people that you don't really like. It's not us. It's like people you know as acquaintances. Would you do it?
Probably not.
You are such a goddamn liar.
I feel like I would.
You're a dead man if you do. I mean,
If it.
Well, yeah,
For
look at
40, I mean, 43 years, his life is over.
Yeah.
He gets out of jail
He's
when
still in
he's
his
like
20s though.
68.
But you
I
look
mean,
at it this way.
Yeah, you're 60.
Even though he's
What are you
facing
gonna
that
be like?
43 years.
it's better than being dead at 28.
Well, and then you also
At
got to
least you
think,
get to live.
going to jail as a gang member, your chance of death goes through the
Good
roof.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
compared
but
to
he
normal
is
people.
a celebrity. So his chances of
You
people
will have some
actually,
pretty protected.
I-
you know, backing him up
Yeah.
are a lot higher. However, I would look at it. I wouldn't personally do it because, for one, I was raised snitches get stitches. Second of all, snitching people out, you're burning a lot of bridges. So unless he's planning to grab money and, you know, go to, I don't know, some
No.
island out in the middle of nowhere and lay low for a long time till people finally just go, it's not worth it,
Yeah.
something's going to happen. I would rather just sit out my
Yeah.
time in there because, you know, at least that way, you know, I'm not paying taxes.
Like,
I-
I'm biased in
I
the
get
fact
3
that,
meals
like,
a day.
I don't care what happens to this guy. He's done
Yeah.
nothing good for anybody. I don't care if you're one of those, oh my god, his music speaks to me. Oh, when I'm depressed, it helps me so bad. Go fuck your mother. Sorry. Like, that's. No.
That's why it's called country. You ever want something to... No, I'm dead serious. I'm not making fun of it. You ever want something to speak to your soul? Either jazz, which is the original soul
God, I love
music,
jazz.
or country.
It's good jazz.
The
That's-
Isley Brothers.
That's the kind of music that really speaks to the soul. With anything that involves rap, I have a hard time, except for certain artists.
Yeah. Artists?
Artists, yes, I went there.
Artists.
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 Too many.
Artists.
ARTISSESS. Artists.
Artists.
Artisai.
Artists, yes.
The plural. The plural.
Suck a butt.
Suck a butt. Okay, so I got a topic for all of us then. I might have brought this up to you guys earlier. There's a man in Uganda. It's like Kanwepe or some weird sounding place like that. I think I told you about it, but he took $10,000 from his girlfriend, like just took it out of her bank account, took it to like a lottery or a casino, and he won $100 million off of it.
Jesus.
Gave her $10,000 back.
She doesn't have to know.
Jordan, would you still do that, assuming you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't even go to the 10 back.
I'm heading out of the country.
I mean, this
See
is
ya.
literally why I'm single, but
Would you give the 10 back?
no, I mean, I'd probably give the 10 back.
Is he in the wrong though?
I
Like,
don't think so.
does
That's
the
his
does
money.
the end justify the means of the fact that he like?
I'd be like, all right, I got money now. Nice.
'Cause
have a nice
okay.
life. Like,
Here's your
I'm
10,000
gone.
back.
I'm
She
gone.
says she wants 40 million. That's what she wants, which is kind of fair. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not even majority.
Yeah, right.
I mean, at $60 million, still a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
More than I could spend.
yeah.
Even
I
at
mean-
40, you're
Okay,
set
well,
for
it
life.
depends on how we want, how high we're going. For the basic stuff I want, I'd be set for life. But if we want to go totally all out there, you know, then no, it's still not enough.
How many different brands of vibrators do you think you could buy for $1 million?
Dude, you can buy every brand of vibrator in the world.
You could probably
You
make
can buy like
up
those
more
big
brands.
black, like
The
horse
Bad
cockpits,
Dragons,
like,
the-
dude. Imagine the Nelson's vibrator like.
No.
It sounds like a car engine running.
It's shaking.
Got a little dial on the side, start revving up.
No, you gotta think though. What's the limit for any
I-
product in terms of like, you could buy everything from it? I mean, because it changes. But you take something like vibrators. $1 million could buy you every single brand and every single product,
Why
probably,
would you,
right?
Why would you want every single?
I'm,
one?
it's
Why would
a
you want a
hypothetical,
vibrator?
I know,
But
Well, maybe
Why
you're a
would you even
collector.
want one?
I would kind of.
that's his business.
What he
That's
does
true.
in his own
Yeah,
home.
that's fucking bastard.
No, but then you take something like cars. You can't buy shit with $1 million in terms of like every car. It's just weird how that conversion works where like $1 million will get you everywhere here, but like barely even scratch the surface over there
Homes.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't get you
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah, because you got those one homes that are like millions, if not billions, depending on how extravagant you want to go.
Yeah.
So you get something like that, and the house was dent.
Yeah, right? I mean, obviously, it's stupidly simple. Obviously, well, $1 million is bad, but duh. But it's just a weird thing to kind of like ponder at, where like.
It's really sad that you can blow $1 million just on a regular life in like 5 years now too.
Yeah. Well, that's
Like
the
it's
way...
not even an accomplishment to be a millionaire anymore because
Yeah.
you're still screwed.
Yeah. Well, the millionaire
Well, actually,
tag.
I would combat that a little bit, depending
I mean,
on
there's a
who
little
you are.
bit. Yeah.
Like if you grew up in the hard times knowing how much money was scarce and you hit big,
I mean,
even if
if you treat
that
money
little
like
bit,
we do now,
yeah.
you'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
For-
it.
for a
There are
while,
those who are born into the silver spoon will blow it instantly.
Yeah.
Those who have had to claw and scratch just to
all their money.
live,
Yeah.
those people will make it last
Oh, yeah.
a long time.
I mean, if I won $1 million right now, I'd buy a new car, even though I just got a new one.
Yeah.
And B, my own house, probably $250,000. Like,
Yeah.
and that still leaves me with at least 300. Like that would do 300,000.
I would think I'd use about half of it to try to start some sort of job. Like, I'd
Yeah.
spend like a month and just chilling at home, not worrying about bills, and just be like, what business am I going to start? Because when you if you win $1 million, do you really want to go work for someone?
Yeah.
You
You
don't.
don't. Yeah.
I mean, you want to do your own thing. I mean, you're probably going to start some tax firm and then
Hey.
5 years
grand.
from now go to jail for sleeping with prostitutes.
Hey,
that's
there's
what
no
they do.
problem with it. You go in your office, you're sitting there after hours, snort cocaine, fuck your prostitute, and life's good.
Life's good.
Your wife never finds out.
Your wife never finds out. It's all in the office.
All in the office. What happens in the office stays.
Is in the office.
See, I'm
Yeah.
single. Josh will get married and become single. Just because
Yeah,
of
You
these
see a
I
signs.
can
problem
see
with
that.
that?
No, I'm just saying,
It's
that's
common
how the
these
future's
days.
gonna
It's
turn out.
expected. They're like, oh, he's getting a divorce. Yeah, it was gonna
You know,
happen.
the funny
That's
thing
really
is
sad
that
that
is
that's-
a lot more common here where we live. I don't know how many times I've heard people at work be like, "Yeah, you know, I was married."
Dude, it's
It's like-
so common
It
like
is.
nowadays. It's,
There's no such
it's
thing as
scary.
just a first wife. There's
Yeah,
a
there's-
So I'm
well, how
convinced
many
you
you
just
want
need
to
to
go
have
back?
kids.
Yeah.
Just
No,
with
it-
some
it's-
random woman and we'd be like back and forth. It's horrible for the kids, but
Yeah.
it's not your problem.
They're gonna grow up a little messed up, but hey,
You're a
everybody
horrible
does.
human being.
No, I don't know.
Adoption's always an option too. I mean,
You're gonna look at me and tell me you're gonna adopt.
hell no.
And
Jordan probably couldn't even state his own kids.
I couldn't even raise a dog correctly, dude. What are you talking about? Gonna give me a kid?
You've never had a dog.
I know.
You
That's
couldn't even
fine.
raise cats correctly without them
I
getting
can't.
murdered by coyotes.
I've had cats before.
What happened?
Did you have cats or
You still
Yeah, we had cats.
no? But like, did you have cats? You know what I mean?
I didn't
That
physically
didn't
give
live
birth.
outside your basement
to any
window. Yeah.
I saved one of those cats, so it kind of counts, yeah.
He's
Where's
a
that
good
cat
person.
now?
On a farm somewhere.
Let it out, be free.
Hopefully. No, the cat that I saved, it lives with the friend I graduated with.
Oh, did you have a bunch of cats that got eaten or something?
No.
Didn't you?
We had one get killed by a tomcat, but we had like
That's right.
15 kittens and only one died in the whole situation.
That's fair.
That's
I
not
guess.
bad at all, considering they all lived
That's not
outside.
bad odds.
Josh, when do you think you're gonna get married?
I honestly don't know.
No clue.
I really don't. I'm satisfied if I'm not married until I'm 30. Honestly.
That's depressing. Wait, since you say that, what's gonna come first? The unloved, neglected child or the marriage at 30?
Probably the unloved child. But
Oh, God.
Story of so many.
I honestly, I have something said at like 25, but I'm not gonna be disappointed if I'm not married by 25. Honestly,
I mean, would it be wrong to put a restraining order on your unloved child?
when they're like a
When
month
they're-
old,
when they're, like, 3
Dude, I
days
don't
old.
like this kid
Well,
anymore.
let's-
Put a restraining
Like,
order
he
on
threw
him.
up on
4
me.
days old.
Get the fuck out of my life.
Get him out of here.
I
I'm
don't know.
under
I
restraining
think it's
order.
kind of frowned upon a little bit, but you know.
Probably.
I think they want you to at least get that. What is it? That small grace period. Your money back guarantee period.
Yeah,
I
you're
would
not sure
call
that's
it.
how it works with kids.
Your 90-day guarantee. Get back in the womb,
Try
bitch.
for 90 days.
I don't want
Afterwards,
this
see what
anymore.
happens.
You're a horrible person.
Sorry, I shouldn't
Yeah.
be saying this. No, I
Another
feel
rough
like,
subject we should
feel like
probably
my-
not treaded on.
I feel like with
Tiptoe
how
around that.
financially stable and stuff I am, I could be married any day, but I.
No one loves you.
Yep, exactly.
You're pretty financially stable
I'm
compared
just-
to us.
Huh?
Said you're pretty financially stable
Yeah,
Yeah,
compared to
I'd
us.
say.
I feel very set in life right now, but
I mean, I'm
So-
still at college, but like, I ain't making
I want
enough.
to enjoy
anything.
my alone time.
So, for the ones who don't know, Josh is our resident tax accountant.
Tax account.
He's gonna help me commit tax fraud.
Exactly.
And
When
get
we
away
become
with it.
I'll get you
millionaires.
all your biggest refunds.
I know
You-
nothing.
Exactly. But you're in the worst possible season you could be in your line of work. I mean, life
It
sucks
sucks
for
ass.
your job right now.
It's
What's the hardest part of tax season for you?
just
Is it
the
the
amount-
work hours?
Yeah, the work hours are definitely.
Because you work,
between-
what, like 70-hour
I work.
weeks?
Yeah, it's because I work. Jesus, I work. I'm going
Thank
at about
you.
6:30 in the morning, and I'm usually there at the earliest till 7. So between my hour lunch break, it's 11-hour days, Monday through Friday at least. So that's 55 hours right there, and usually about 6, 7. So it's usually 60, 70-hour weeks.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it is not. For
Here's
what
the
I get-
question, though. You're on salary, aren't you?
Yep. And
That
but
sucks.
for how much
You
I
get paid pretty damn well, though, don't
for
you?
how much I get paid, working 40 hours a week, it feels like way too much, and working 60 to 70 hours a week, it feels like
So-
I'm a slave.
So, yeah, like
Find that happy
April.
middle ground.
So, like April through
No
like
such thing.
December, you're pretty.
April,
Set.
I am. It's very nice, and I
Tax
actually I
season's
can,
done, and you're.
I can take my time off that I want to, and it's
Because what's your actual end of tax season for you guys?
April 20th is the last day people can like
4/20?
file, but.
That's
Oh,
convenient,
man.
isn't it?
I think it's the 15th. It is.
Yeah.
It's the 15th, but I'm thinking the 15th this year is on a stop. It's on a. It's usually the 15th though.
Something like that.
But yeah, after that, usually you get people who file like extensions and stuff. But rather than that, it's a nice time after that.
What's the worst
So-
customer you've ever had taxing?
I'm helping this guy right now do his taxes who hasn't done his taxes for 5 years.
Oh.
And we go.
When does tax fraud come into? Like, how many
Well,
extensions
as long-
can you
as
file
long-
before
as long
tax
as
fraud
As
comes
long
in?
as you do not owe the IRS money,
You're fine.
They
They don't care.
They're not gonna say
You
anything.
can keep
Yeah.
filing
Yeah, they'll
extensions
keep
after
your money.
But
Yeah.
after 3 years have gone by, you can't get those refunds back anymore. Plus, like
So
after,
doing his taxes now, he'll get his refund from the last 3 years.
from the past
2 years.
2 years,
2
probably,
years.
yeah.
That's
But
a hell of a refund.
once you go back 3
Yeah.
years, you have to start doing taxes by paper again.
Oh,
So I have
no.
I have to file 2 years worth of his taxes.
No TurboTax?
No TurboTax.
No.
No easy TurboTax.
You know, I heard something about that. The TurboTax and all those Quicken, all that
Mm-hmm.
is like the biggest rip-off there is.
It is. They charge you.
They charge you like such a premium for something that you can easily do yourself
Yeah.
because they say
You
the
can-
IRS and the government, they know how much money you made, they know how much
Yep.
you owe
Yeah.
or how much they owe you,
Yep.
and like Rocket and all that
No,
stuff is just a
that's-
way to like ponder to people.
Yep.
And
And that's the way they make. It's a way for them to make a living and make their money. Like the system we use, we have to pay like a straight fixed fee at the office, and we can do pretty much. It's not as many. You have to keep going up for however many tax returns you do, but it's a lot better than paying people that do use TurboTax. You have to pay $150 to file your taxes,
that's ridiculous.
and it's just
And well, their whole selling point is like, you're gonna get your taxes so much faster.
yeah.
No,
You
you're
really-
not.
yeah,
maybe
you-
a day
If you
because
file,
it just files
if you
quicker.
file by paper and stuff, you're not gonna probably get them for a while.
Because
Like,
you
if
gotta have the
refund-
mailing times and things
But
like that. And
it saves you, like, if you're fine losing $100 of your refund, like, fine. You're not gonna, but that's just, I was talking to somebody about that today. Like you said, the IRS knows how much money we've made and how much we owe, or they owe us. Like, why do they make us go through the hassle of going through all the extra work
Exactly,
to get
Because
that
it's
money
our
back?
government.
Yeah.
like they know how much to give you back or how much you need to owe. Like that
It
just
is,
seems
and I
like
mean,
such
I
a.
should-
Well, and you look at it this way though. Yeah, they know the reason why they go through that hassle. How many people file extensions and don't just file it right away?
Exactly.
That all those people who could easily be getting money back aren't because they're filing extensions because they don't feel
At
like
the same
doing
time,
it.
I
They
don't
wanna
really
go
trust the
out.
government saying how much money I'm gonna get back from them either.
You
No,
don't.
that's true.
Yeah, it's.
I'm
I-
not gonna do
I
that.
should
Well,
be
if
digging
I
on
work,
it.
you know, if
Try that.
I work at least 40 hours a week and
Yeah.
I put in my blood, sweat, and tears in my job, you know, at the end of the year I'd expect something back.
Yeah, I shouldn't be dicking on it either. It's my profession. I like would not have a job without that. But like I said, I was saying too. What's your problem?
Try that, please, God.
I can't. I won't be able to drive. Oh my God! What the fuck?
Okay.
That is a nightmare.
Oh,
That's not that
why'd you buy
bad.
that?
This
got
podcast is not
I
brought
got
to
it
you
for
by
my
Samuel
birthday.
Adams Cosmic Sour.
It's a little warm.
Holy
Jesus.
shit, that's
no,
bad.
it's not warm. It is disgusting.
Yeah. Not for me.
Ugh, it
Jesus,
tastes like
dude.
a burnt diaper.
It's a variety pack I got for my birthday. I just kind of need to drink what I got.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was.
'Cause I'm tired of
disgusting.
spending money.
There's
on
no
alcohol.
flavor to that.
It's almost like.
It's the tardiest thing I've
That
ever
was-
sound.
Well,
was
I
very
know it says it's
disgusting,
supposed to be
Gordon.
tart on there. It's almost like licking the sole of a shoe. Just
It really is. That
Oh,
was
God.
not pleasant at all.
Do you enjoy that?
It's not bad.
You have a dark soul, sir.
I'll
It's
stick
better
with,
than the last one I drank.
I'll stick with my 7-7.
Jordan,
I'm
you're
good.
disgusting. You
Cosmic
are-
Sour, man. I won't buy it again after I drink it. But
Yeah.
Good. Don't.
Yeah.
I don't plan on it.
Good. Don't.
I'll probably drink the rest of it on the other podcast though.
God, I hate you. We can probably call that a time, guys, right?
Yeah.
Is that good for everyone?
Sounds good.
Well, this is the weekly special. It's good to be back, everyone.
One other sip.
I'm not cheersing to that piece of shit.
Yeah.
You will to
Cheers.
this though.
Beer.
That's
All right.
I guess I'll go
Yeah, it is.
See
just
y'all
go fuck
later.
myself.
We'll see you next week.